Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gerald, better known as Ginger Gerald. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, a happy Hanukkah. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but whatever. Um, and I hope you all have a wonderful New Year in the week to come. I am here for a whip update and just one of my typical updates, and then also I have plans for 2018, and I'm going to see. Excuse me. Not going to edit that out. So let's get right to it. If you haven't gotten a drink, go ahead and get a drink, get some coffee. It is Boxing Day, December 26th, 2017 here, and this might be a little bit long. I'm not sure. I'm hoping not too long, because I have to go finish Christmas shopping for my family because I haven't seen them yet and I procrastinated. So first we're going to go to my little bit of purchase that I had since the last major update. And the only reason I even bought anything was because I needed to go get needles from my local LNS, my Nimble Needle. So there's the information, Nimble Needle. Can you see that? Getting lots of glare. There we go. Nimble Needle. It is in Merchantville, New Jersey. Love going there. She has great stuff. And I always go there to buy my needles. So of course I bought a couple packs of 28s because that's all I use. Bowen 28s. And then while I was there, while I was there, I wanted to just get a few different colors of petite treasure braids. So we are getting lots of glare today. It's not good. Maybe I'll have to close my curtain a bit. So I got PB07, which is a nice red, PR09, PB48, a nice, it's coming up a little orangish, but it's actually more of like a, I don't know, like a coppery red, and PB38. And I only bought those just because if I want to add a little bit of bling to one of my packages or one of my projects, I can do that. And then last thing I bought were some Bowen number 10 beading needles to try, because guess what's going to be coming up in my plans? We'll get there in a little bit. So if you're in the area, go check out Nimble Needle in Merchantville. Great store. Let me close my curtains just to get a little bit of reprieve from the glare. See if that'll help. Okay, that might help a bit. Of course, now it's a little dark, but whatever. So if you follow me on Instagram or have watched my previous Vlogmas episode, you will know that I have two finishes. And I'm pulling out the pictures of what they're supposed to look like right now, because I didn't do that ahead of time. So my first finish was Country Cottage Needleworks. There is still a lot of glare, whatever. It is what it is. Ornamental Joy by Country Cottage Needleworks. Of course, you all know by now I've changed the colors to suit my taste. Not saying that this isn't a nice pattern. It's just not me. So here it is, all nice and ironed, Ornamental Joy. Wow, colors are not coming out today nice at all. That's better, a little bit better. So Ornamental Joy by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is stitched on 40 count Red River by GINGERGERALDDESIGNS with my own color conversion, which if you are interested in the color conversion, it is in my episode November 28 update. Which I will try to link below. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Where did I put my pen? There it is. And there you can go and get the full color conversion. I was asked if I was going to sell my conversion. I'm not going to sell that. That's something I just throw together at the whim, and you can all go and get the information there. Just actually, if you go and watch the ad at the beginning of the episode, I'll get a few cents from that. So that's good enough for me. And again, I appreciate everyone who continues to watch those ads and support the monetization of many of the FlossTubers that are out there. Excuse me as I scratch my ear. It is a nice little added bonus to doing these videos, and I have gotten a lot of great response, so thank you. And so my final finish was Let Freedom Ring by Lila Studio. And here it is. Let Freedom, there we go, I think. There we go. Again, this is on 40 count. Autumn Leaves by GINGERGERALDDESIGNS. You can find her on Etsy. And I will say, this is the first piece I've done that I'm truly like, wow, that is a wonderful work of art. So, I've been stitching 1.5 years now since I came back into it. And I really think, I think the reason I think that, I know of course everyone's like, oh wow, yes, all of your works are wonderful. Yes, they are all great. But I think what I really like about this piece is the fact that it's stitched on 40 count 1/2. I love the look of that. To me, it's nice and refined looking, and the stitches all lay wonderfully. Of course, not all of them do, but the majority of them do. So some changes I made in the pattern. Not that the pattern is bad at all. It's just these were some personal choices I made. Was in the American flag. The original pattern says America. I did not do that. I wanted it to be authentic looking. Another change I made was I did not like the busyness of the words up here around the Liberty Bell. So I just simply, and I wanted both of the word bubbles to be uniform in look. So I moved these words down to the word bubble, and I just left out the Let Freedom Ring. And there you can see that. And I just free-handed that, guessed where the words should fall. So they're not perfectly centered, but I added that little motif, the little blue motif from down here at the bottom, just to bring it a little bit more uniform. So, and the last big change I made was I counted wrong, and I was 3 squares short. Well, 9 squares, 3 x's short at the bottom. So this big section here should be 3 x's taller. So I had to squeeze everything together. So And I didn't realize that until after the majority of this border was done and I was working on these men. So it works. It's just a little bit, and I kind of like it that way. So there you go. Let freedom ring. Oh, and the other change was I left out the boxes where you put your initials. It's just something I just prefer not to do. And so instead, I just put my signature at the bottom corner where one of those X's would be, or one of those squares would be. So that is my Let Freedom Ring. One more time. Let Freedom Ring by Lila Studio. If you don't have the pattern yet, go check her out. I know you can buy it on 123 Stitch. You can buy it on, I believe, at most LNS's, or you could, I believe she still sells it on her Etsy store. So go check Lila Studio out. She's a great designer. I know many people are doing the her wedding, colonial wedding sampler. I'm sure that's not the name of it, but so she's pretty popular right now. So, and rightly so. Let me just put these pictures back in their packages so I don't keep everything organized. Okay. Moving on to works in progress. I'll be right back. So since I finished those projects, but I finished both of those projects on Friday, I didn't do any stitching at all on Saturday. I was busy. Not sure what happened there, but I'll have to edit those two together. So since I finished those both Let Freedom Ring and Ornamental Joy on Friday, I didn't do, and that was like 2 a.m. Friday night, so Saturday morning. I did not do any stitching at all on Saturday, and I think partially I was super busy with wrapping gifts for Christmas and just running errands on Saturday. And then also, I think a little bit was post-finish depression, you know, that whole feeling you get whenever you're done with the project and you just want to like veg for a while. So Sunday then, after in between church services, I pulled out my Thea Governor London, which I have been craving to stitch on, itching to stitch on. Like I have wanted to stitch on this for a while now. So I'm currently working on St. Paul's Cathedral here in the center. I already have these two, the dome and this tower done, and now I'm working on the center section down. My goal is to, before I put it away, I'm gonna work down to the bottom of the building. So, and here it is. So since Friday, there's Sunday and Monday, Christmas Day. Again, I didn't get much stitching done yesterday because it was Christmas. So I filled in everything below here has been done Sunday and Monday, and a little bit this morning. So very happy with Thea Governor's London. Enjoy working on it. And also it's a nice change because this is on 18 count Ada, black Ada. So it's just a nice change stitching on something a little bit larger. This is 18 count Ada stitched 1/1. And that is a kit. So that is my works in progress. So let's get right on to the 2018 plans. Now, we all know I am not a plan stitcher. I don't typically stitch based on plans. I like to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. But just to give me a general, because I'm starting to collect patterns that I really want to stitch, and I don't want to get to the point where I have more patterns. Well, I already have more patterns than time to stitch, but I don't want to buy all these and then never stitch them. So this is like a very basic general plan of my 2018 year. Of course, it's planned, so anything can change. But my two big plans are my two big goals, I will set these as goals, are I would like to finish London, which might be a tall order because my other big plan is I would like to finish Henry. And I don't have Henry here because I already have him all scrolled up in the scroll frame. So I have 17 pages left on Henry. I know that's a tall order because this year I stitched 13 pages and now I'm getting into a lot of the heavy confetti, but it's a goal. It can always work, it might not work, but that is one of my goals. I would like to get Henry done so I can move on to my other Heaven and Earth design that I would really like to stitch. So everything else that I'm going to talk about are in no particular order, no set time to start them. These are just things I would like to stitch or finish this year. I would like to, so lavender and lace, my first lavender and lace. This is the Archangel Michael, or just Michael. I received this as a win on Creative Crafty Claire. Is that your name? I think so. Crafty Creative Claire, one of those. I'll link her below. So would like to work on that, and because it's a lavender and lace, you know what those beading needles are for. This would be my first project and not the only one in the plan to use beads. So we'll see how that goes. Not sure if I'll like that, but I'm going to try. So lavender and lace Michael. This is a definite start once I get the fabric. And I'm not going to take everything out of the plastic today. You're just going to have to deal. My By the Bay 13th colony. This is a definite start. Not sure when, but I have the fabric, my intended fabric, which we will talk in a later episode, in the mail. Hoping it shows up this week. It's been a while. This is something I've had. It's a freebie by Brooks Books. The Grumpy Cat Christmas. So, and you will see a lot of these that I have planned are smalls, which I typically don't do, but I would like to just incorporate some smalls because there's two other goals and some other starts I have coming are such massive pieces. So just to make me feel like I have some finishes, and yeah, just to break up the monotony of the large pieces. The other major goal I have is I have 3 more planets from the stem stitch planet, the set of planets. So I have to do Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto, and then my set will be done and I can hang them on the wall. So those will get done in I'm hoping by the end of February. So I would like to finish, or I would like to stitch the Winter Beer Stein by the Vickery collection. I stitched the autumn one you can see on my Instagram feed for the Smalls Exchange at the Minnesota Retreat. I would like to stitch at least the Winter Stein for this year. And eventually I'm going to be stitching this for myself too, because that turned out amazingly well. Another plan I have another plan I would like to do is the Stony Creek Welcome Heart and Home, and I'm going to do the large one up here. Of course, to me that's not a very large piece. It might take a while, but compared to my other pieces, it's not that big, and I will leave out the words. And yeah, you're all going to think, wow, that's an odd thing for Gerald to stitch, but yeah, like that piece. I think that would look really nice stitched up. And of course, you know me, I might change some colors or the size that I stitch it on. A couple smalls I would like to stitch are the Pennsylvania and New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and this is by Lavender Wings Counted Thread Designs, and this is the Land That I Love series. I got this at Stitchville, USA when I was at the retreat. Another thing I got at the retreat as a freebie was the Shepherd's. I think this is one I got for having a finish or for, I don't know, it was either for having a finish or the door prizes, is a Shepherd's Bush Thanksgiving trio. Thanksgiving trifles. I don't think I'll do all of them. I like the Happy Thanksgiving and I like the turkey. Not really hugely fond of Blessings Abound, but you never know. Those are little smalls, wouldn't take long to stitch. And then a medium-sized design I would like to stitch up this winter is a Riolis, because I bought this on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and I would really like to try a Riolis kit. Is the, what is this one called? I don't know. I'm going to call it the Winter Owl. So the Winter Owl by Riolis, I have a plan as this is a gift for somebody. So that would be fun to stitch. And I'm probably just going to stitch it on the provided 14 count Ada. And then one of my two big starts this year, one of my three big starts this year, is going to be the Ava Rosenstand Amsterdam. And this is going to be my first big start, probably at the beginning of the year. I'm not going to be able to stitch on New Year's Day because I will be traveling. I'm traveling home over the weekend to visit family, celebrate Christmas, and my mom's birthday. And so this will probably be a start on January 2nd. But I'm really excited to get that started. You can see that is a kit all ready to go. And then two that I do not have here that I plan to start. One, I'm waiting for the kit to come from European Cross Stitch. I bet you can figure that one out. I was hoping to have that as my new start, and that is a chatelaine. Now, of course, I actually bought my chatelaine and my kit before Martina passed away, but I'm still going to stitch it. So, and of course, I will insert a picture here. You can see that this is not a typical chatelaine that everyone tends to stitch. I'm going with the Tea House, I think it's called Tea House Challenge. And the reason it's a challenge is because the actual tea house is stitched 1/1 instead of 2/2, I guess. But this was a challenge, I don't know, a few years back. So it's not the typical mandala style. And then my other start, thanks to Elena and Olivia, I was just watching their video this morning, and Elena got the mushroom sampler for Christmas from, did I say that right? Elena got the mushroom sampler for Christmas from Olivia. And ever since Elena showed that in her video from Paris, I have been dying to find that. So I reached out to Olivia and she provided me with the website to purchase that. And I am going to join the Mushroom Sampler Sal with Elena this year. So once I order that and get that in the mail, I will be starting that and stitching along with Elena. So if you want to stitch some mushrooms, I'm not sure what Elena's view is, but I think as long as it has mushrooms in the pattern, it can be a fun stitch. You can join the Sal. So we'll have to come up with a hashtag on maybe Xstitch, or let's say we're going to do hashtag, and I will put it up here on the screen, hashtag XS mushroom. I'm writing down as I talk, so mushroom SAL. XS mushroom Sal. So if you want to join, have at it. We would love to have people join us and stitch along because I love mushrooms. I'm pretty sure Elena loves mushrooms, and I think she's stitching that for her dad because he says it would look wonderful in his kitchen. I think mine's going to go in my dining room above my trees, probably right here on this side wall, where I'm going to be putting my other mushroom piece that I stitched because it goes along with my gnomes. So with that being said, I guess it isn't as long as I thought it was going to be. I talk fast. So of course, all of these pieces that are not kits, I do not have kitted up yet. A lot of them I'm probably just going to stitch in the DMC because now I have a whole full set of DMC minus the 35 new colors. But that is my plans for 2018. If you are still with me at this point and you have some ideas for videos that you would like to see me create, please let me know if you have some ideas, have some questions on techniques or something that I can show. I know Stitcherista Danielle does a wonderful job with techniques and videos on different tools and stuff like that, which I love watching. Even though a lot of those things I don't use, it's so nice to know what's available for stitchers. So if there is anything you would like to see me create videos on in the new year, please let me know by commenting below or message me on Instagram, GingerGeraldStitcher on Instagram. I would be happy to do some research and look into making some videos for you, as well as I intend to I'm going to redo my video. I'm going to make another video about my Thea Governor kit because I did do a review on that within one of my updates. I'm going to actually make a review just for similar to what I did for XJU Designs fabrics. I will do for the Thea Governor because I think those kits are amazing and more people should be stitching them. As well as I'm going to do a review on my Ava Rosenstand kit, maybe my Riolas, I don't know, we'll see how that goes. And then definitely my chatelaine, maybe I'll do a similar thing like Letitia and do a chatelaine experience video series, just because that is completely different. And of course I'm doing a chatelaine that is uncommon to what is typically stitched. And actually I think, who was I watching? I was watching somebody yesterday or yesterday. Ingeborg, she picked one that I almost picked. She picked the Lotus Temple. Is that what it was? It's very similar. It's the same size, or very close to the same size, but it wasn't the typical mandala. It was just a picture of the Lotus Temple. And I almost went for that, and then I saw the tea house, and I was like, nope, I got to do the tea house. So Ingeborg, maybe we could do a stitch along with that. That would be fun. I'm still waiting on my kit though, which I don't know when that'll arrive. With that being said, I have another video coming up in a couple days with a special guest. So be looking for that on myself and Michelle Bendy's channel. And make sure if you're not subscribed to both, you need to be subscribed to both so you can see the entire video and enjoy your stitching. Happy Boxing Day and happy stitching. Bye.